Hi, let's check the message for today and see what we have here. We have this silent answer. If you cannot see the destination, focus on the path beneath your feet. Sometimes receive no response is an answer to itself. So sometimes when you're looking for an answer, or you're praying about something and not getting anything, just know the silence is an answer too. And sometimes the answer is for us to silence ourselves, and that's one of the most difficult things to do, because if you sit your butt in a chair or on the floor and try to close your eyes for a few minutes and do nothing, your mind goes crazy, right? Everyone that tried to meditate or be quiet for a few minutes, it's just like, it feels like, overwhelming. But if you have a task to do, we can do that sometimes quickly, right? So the invitation here is not only to accept that sometimes no answer is the answer, and also I feel like that find silence in yourself, in your soul, and find stillness in that moment of peace. If you cannot sit to be quiet, if that is really hard for you, maybe that's not something you should do. Maybe you should try some moving meditation. One of the things that helped me a lot, yoga has been part of my life for over 20 years, and now I've been teaching it. But it's one of the things that teach me to be in the present moment. And even if the rest of the day I failed doing that, at least at that moment I'm focusing on what it said here. Focus on the path beneath your feet. So instead of looking for an answer, instead of waiting for an answer or knowing what to do, just be quiet, or go do your moving meditation or something, but keep your mind quiet. Keep your mind focus in what you are doing at the moment. So if you're doing the dishes, focus on what is the sensation here with the water, what is going on in my mind. Try to focus on what you're doing instead of worrying about what are you going to do later, what's going to happen, or something that happened in the past. So that's what I would like to add to this card, because that's the image that came when I was reading about focused on the path beneath your feet. So in yoga, I feel like we do, sometimes we do some challenging stuff, and if you look at the whole thing, it's overwhelming. But if you were like, I'm here now, I'm gonna put my foot in the front and I'm gonna move this way, and you do one thing at a time, and when you see it's over and you accomplish it. So sometimes all that we need to do is be in the present moment, and that's a great tool that works for me. Might not work for you, but you can find things that work for you. It could be being in nature, reading a book, actually anything is a form of meditation. You just need to find something that brings you joy, that you put your focus or your attention on. So that's a good form of meditation, a good form of silence, and in that moment you might receive your answer, because then you're giving up on like, oh, I have to receive this answer, what am I supposed to do? Then boom, sometimes it comes, and sometimes you're going to receive nothing and just accept what it is, because no answer is the answer. Okay, let me know if it resonates, and I'll see you guys next.